Anapa ya mu akyea mu akwaba de aba Adom TV so na Pampaso dwumadie ene esi nkonwa ye de ebremo meka say nondu abo apa ho sima ba ko pe ti enko akiri kra dohwe ba ko die ni mi bedi nkomo afa man Ghana ho na ene IMF April fiscal monitor no aba a kire se oman afiwe nko na wiye de ne ye ka no atwam 300 billion Ghana cedis na GDP to your debt ratio no so no na je say no so atwam 81%. Ebi yema hye omo sikasem nkontabuo ne mu hwehwemu no ya wa bene wo mu no say sa na tie say so ohwe oman mu a abonefo sem bebre cause obi no mo attribute say oman mu aye den ne ka ho bi eja ansa na nkruma betwa nkatekwa apoa na ode nkyina ka kire nti benya to base na ya hwe ye ka no a ekosoro no isusanso be na wo ye sikasem so na mpo enwuma enso so isusanso be na ewoso na ene abonefo sem ekọ no ewotwa kan bia na empenifo atrase medi nana say ampofo ejeyi na anope me fa special good morning and happy birthday wishes enko Emma Dr. Gwendolyn Omane Brempong National Investigations Bureau. Dr. Gwendolyn Omane Brempong ene na woda happy birthday nkoma no ene na woda me ma woda eye wochina enso ono atwa me surprise ne aye na woda no nti doc medawase nyankopon hirawo na onye okese arapei me wo Theophilus Fifi Okanse wa ha we economist trade so University of Ghana huna dunze wakasa small boys so nieme guni yam no nyane market akra ena the leader and founder of Liberal Party of Ghana LPG Kofi Apalu and so ha ono so ye accountant by profession, a businessman and a politician. Some penifui and am no babidi and komo and the yetwa mreba mo makwaba na fe yahye and komo nase. Afe yamu akwa babiem enti Theophilus Fifi Okanse economist of Free University of Ghana na Honorable Kofi Akpalu a failed parliamentary aspirant, a failed presidential aspirant. Still na bemu muyi was it 2024 Kofi 2024 be saba
for president
na 2020 unya say
maybe 7
anya ba bia odi unya say
I said maybe 7 some say na 12 na maybe 7 maybe T5
it of say omo wo anim no obetima be beat omo in 2024
o say bibia akra wo na wonyin say no asa na wo no eketekete na o nyin ngakra
I say we your first time about ballot paper.
Oh yes, my first time. Eti my next time no. Eti na this time I start in term no. Start campaign in term no. Yen train ga say election year asa na campaign no.
And I nipa e dey 2 minute man on form
the government. No so mo kro ma start that. Alland ba wo mi Chris Cross ro na that no. Wonte ba go for so NDC for some dem o ma start o mahama. Nti no everything is on course. Obi ene de omo maka nketwa na aka no omo na mo twen
nketwa
say PPP no money CPP mo na
omo ne nketwa
o na say PPP say nyame konkom na ka wi o
obi ti omo
omo di im say ekwadonko bi ti o ma think so and am bi ti ekwadonko something like that
more cash
more vim
all right Vivi, good morning.
Good morning, Anna.
Na pom ti say.
Adom.
Ye da twedi ampo nyankopɔ. Yeso ye ho ye pa. Asem hia ba ko ne say eni abonefo sem adoso. Ebinom attribute to the fact say adwuma ho oden, sika ho oden wo system nim. Ene ye wo ho na IMF ede won mo April bosome no yen financial monitor report no aba na ebaye no mama try say me kan bibi kakra say Ghana's public debt stock is not taking or going to take a nosedive anytime soon as it's expected to hit 81.5% of gross domestic product. That's GDP by end of the year. The IMF has revealed in its April 2021 fiscal monitor. This means the country's debt will go above 300 billion Ghana cedis before the end of 2021. Per IMF data, on the low-income developing countries, Ghana's debt to GDP ratio was set to 83.2% in 2022 and then further to 84.8%, 86.0% and 86.6% in that's 2023, 2024 and 2025 respectively. We all things being equal, proceed the other normal ISR assumption we said the economist Ebekano. Omo can say ya, let's say yede enyidas go nim say nyama beto ama na atoto ye abanechi nemum yanimu a na eko.
Okay, my main team for that's a Pampaso. The thing is your casa debt and your new thing. There's difference between deficit and debt. Deficit, no, maybe if government expenditure exceed revenue, yes, a deficit. But say deficit accumulated over time. It's over the years. Over the years, you can share. And now a banner of a debt. Into debt, we can't say the managers of the economy is not aware of the debt. Deficit they can be pardoned, but debt a idea will be accumulated. But management
or the debt
or the debt, and now ama IMF FM no financial monitor estimated say management and to 2 normal year, then that's the forecast. Say 2022 no, it will still increase to around 82.6%, 86%, and even going on. Now, the air can say, I mean, I don't see a bigger crash. From 2018, Ghana's debt to GDP, it stood around 59%, which was from 58.3% in 2017. Now, 2020, so every year from 59% to 64%. So debt
2020 na election
year no. It can one of the reasons is say political reasons. I want to say government anytime government wants to satisfy everybody, debt no increase. Government borrowing. Government has to satisfy people for before the election. Increase government expenditure. We say before election, but we say the government beat me rules unexpectedly. To win the favor of the people. Once the government to win the favor of people, those things accumulate to government or public debt. And here from the government side. Government to me, borrow or borrow the rate as which one thing about borrowing is a borrow nessa or debt may increase here. We interest rate at the better so more than obia only debt that. And then a problem I face.
The risk involved in
the default.
I saw bank na we no interest rate now was from out.
Exactly, because possibility say won't high. Into opportunity cost said the can say I will say a DBB so higher. The risk that say me jimanya gidi omu say me ye na menya gidi omu no. I will say would higher interest. So that it will serve my cautions opportunity cost as can come in the obi foforo but me dia ma me wa power ti but me dia ma wa me nchira nji wundi international would higher interest. So that has I don't know how limited Ghana in terms of say because you already debt at a mechanism from 2017 there was debt, 2018 it increased, 2020 it increased more than normal. And 2021, that's when IMF estimated 81 points, something percent. That's for the financial monitor. And going forward, to say the question now will be saying, going forward, yes, we are not because of the COVID spending or the spending relating to the COVID. As an economist, from my position I'm standing, the debt will increase. 81% in the cost row. As more,
and only forecast on my year for the so by the end of the year.
Yes, a because through because there's no enough buffer. Government no to me bibia a daho deda.
So we see kakra
exactly. I say me doka na me you make 500 5 cities 500 cities every month. Na me de oka 110,000. Na be you make 100 cities, na me de oka 10,000. Na me say, oh, at the end of 5 months, meet you oka. Indirect na possible. Until you manage debt no, you need to me break even. You need to me ma expenditure and equals revenue. This is our problem need to know. Na IMF forecast say okay then say you need to me and break even na. Your debt na old that you need to me make it and level with revenue there. Na the debt no be cost.
Fifi dey okay there. Na say aban sorry a osa na homra na pa. We are better managers of the economy. Okay. We manage the economy better. Indicators, macro statistics, indicators, we've done better. Into better no, who's sounds winning?
Better no, you better ne say one of the things unforeseen incidents no COVID. COVID the unforeseen incidents hate macro economy. In a sense, would you say? COVID no contact tracing about spending almost $10,000 on contact tracing.
$10,000
Yes, on contact tracing. So what happens is that and this is a very big precautionary reasons. There when in that society, when fast they will say the BS cap to daho, but Ghana any SARS can daho. BBC lead to borrow.
Is the figure correct? $10,000. $10,000 is because any is a now.
No, per month.
Per month?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't add that. Every month. Yes, that's the figure that has come up. And, in that case, no, if $10,000 was spent per month.
A day and a month. So the month there say still a peanut. Until maybe it's a day or something like that because. $10,000 a month, the whole government, I don't think the figure is right. So maybe it might be a day or something like that because
may cross check it.
Okay.
That's what came up. In this case, no, if you find a per day, how many days we have in a month? Just contract tracing.
You find 30 days.
30 days now. That's a lot of money. But this money was not down. A unforeseen activity aba. I was opaque and leading to increasing borrowing, and that is what and it will continue. It will continue. This year, as we talk now, government spend almost 16.8% of GDP to pay interest on loans.
16%.
16.8% of GDP of the GDP to pay interest on loans.
Interest on loans, not even the principal.
Not the no. So these are the issues, and why is it so? Because the whole thing is that there's high there's what we call default distress in our economy, where government there's already debt. Into obia okoboro bia na nji wundi sa. Into no loan bia ni say tria that amount no. Still you bet that amount. And we don't have option. Obviously you're printing money. Central banks will print money. You're printing money. That will cause inflation. Inflation is not just an increase in money supply, but it's kind of printing in the economy, no, and yet enough to match the revenue, what the work done. A human away, no, and yet called to kind of printing in the economy. It means to me printiska. So the debt will still increase. The debt will still increase. The debt need a better also.
All right. Yera Kofia Paludi, a babosia hon someone who did different view cry. Kofi the IMF for the abbey, who a mo
IMF we say you no moto akire. Asem bie no maka. What major?
We or say a financial monitor.
Oh.
And what monitor your man why forecast?
I know before na e di we di wo mo. What do I say? O say before no ye school na ko no. Ye ni ahye dan tine manase ye.
Say. Your church me want to say.
Because uche almost say a debt to GDP be call 81% estimate or more estimate projection. It's here I can say they near 81%. By the end of the year there will be I think it's said to be about 81% to the GDP. So and so hot. 81% to GDP and so hot. And then 82% in 2022 and so hot. And then 2023 84% and so hot. Because
Opening.
Mammy, I said the old you not wanting because no see.
Maybe are they fans all confusing people.
But some just say and cashy, they're just
and cashy say Obra Obo Mamuni in Ania Cambomoa.
I saw almost so
near talk
almost so we almost say
maybe again I know say and
Huti. And almost say Ghana so they you call low income developing the economy. Send money in Omoka. Omo politicians who IMF for no politicians. They say, oh no, Abemuna and Pewa. They will come and bring all this and the man they be confused soon go for. Okay? Let me tell you something. America, almighty America. If we are seeing Omredika, the whole world, Omredika but almost na almost kameboa. Almost debt to GDP, but Ogogola say 107% to GDP. But in America, so almost low income status nana. Japan, almost debt to GDP is 238%. Number two, Japan is also low income status. Belgium is 105%. Italy is 134%. All the OECD countries talking about this so-called whatever economic countries, Busa say, wine or mudie, a year below Ghana there.
And Namesha, I was saying the CBO projects that US debt to GDP will hold between 101% and 107% through 2031. And even they projected, say, a bit drew 195%. That's debt to GDP ratio, 195%. In 2050.
Americano, call yes, the status, say almost they are called below whatever. Mr. Sanyama wing na na ye penny for na giatum na fe anamoa so mutu no me de boa o man no na fe na akropo o all what this IMF and World Bank and so called whatever people whatever they are doing is to tell we the Africans and then the so called developing countries say more content them to do more slow down. When you borrow money you will be able to do big projects. Okay? If you put all the world debts together, which is about 69 trillion now, America can 34 trillion. Africa, the whole of Africa, all the 50-something and over countries, when you put them together, the continent Africa, 1.3 trillion. Italy, and 3.3 trillion. Now say, Italy, we have a 60 million population. To the tune of 3 trillion. Now the whole of Africa, over 700 million population. Now you have 1.3 trillion. Now you have a folk say any abokania bobosia. Bosiano, Nana Kufado. And then you never say, Ufurata.
Can Ufurata.
Sabosiano. Muntumemba, Munfakunyaniso.
Huh?
Muntibosia fantasy or mine. Nembrati about a precom go for Kruma. Now what Jabosia bears 1 trillion. Now the beer factories.
Levy, Avaluan is 1 trillion.
Now Bank of Ghana this way. We see, share your friend of sovereign money. Your friend of sovereign money. Bank of Ghana, they have the power to print money. Now printing money is all printed, some people know. Abrofo every day they print money. Abrofo they print money every day. No matter what you say, they all printing money. We be creating inflation. They print money every day. Abrofo no, over to see yes, and they see a jatum. They say American. Hey, we be 2 on was why economists. Why you want the both Fukran will hit TV.
Na saba pay crowd to what on
where did a young man on the channel or the young man of now where we university and so where invest where the doctor and why no money that you know. But also we experience na kasa real world experience ni.
It won't okuta real world experience.
My America. My UK. My Ireland. What I say? Many nothing trust investor services are here. We control trillions of assets. So it has been exposed to so many things. They create money every day. They create money, but we don't create money here. That is why we are poor. Not gold, diamond, manganese, bauxite. Now here. Why? I mean, it doesn't make sense. The simple reason is that we are not able to create money.
And you say we be na papa kan ye na ya o ha no di video be. Yet is so come there. Na say o ha no di what is that video na ba?
Mebo scan it so na come so dey ampa so. Na say o ka che wo so say still am scan so. Be on ba o mutimi enso no scan so. Scan it out so. We need to borrow money to invest in this economy, to stimulate the economy, to create jobs and to create wealth. And Martin Maba wamo jesakawa komodi wamo omo ye nema basa basa ukromu nyina eye adwuma eni kromua na be what they say Adom TV anasa Adom radio anasa vasa multimedia ni bia kodi isamoni bo baby what be that de bia what they say peace FM for workers ni bi wakokoye bonu baby because they are working, they are busy working obeti se obi ekodi isamfo na obi a woti kwakwanu ase bia komode no kwakwo because ni adwuma ye. So if you don't have anything to do, the devil will find something for you to do. So we should borrow the money, build factories, help the private sector to build factories. Bank of Ghana, Bank of Ghana say, so mutimi this boa. Abai, amount 1 trillion equivalent. Yeah, building housing. Obi no be that abonting. It is all this kind of housing, now all building houses are. You better cement, you better iron rods, you better labor. You better nsu, you better fuel, you better whatever. So the money will go and buy something. So that so-called inflation will not exist. When you put some of the money into agriculture, you expand their commercial farming. They also add value to our outputs. You know, they add value to the outputs. We create jobs, we create wealth. So we borrow money to expand an economy. Joe Biden, obey president now here. What's say my president there? American economy because of COVID-19. Mami Chebingum was 1.9 trillion or the atum. I don't want to query or something chamber kurumo for in America for in. Sister B, the shop over me, baby, I'm office you here. Or not to God how by American citizen. Ni $6,000 another account will be free. Why? Because American government believes say only $1.9 trillion in the tumor. Will be able to idea my small businesses, you know, are benefiting from it.
Covid would never be a general travel home rasi and yan twanko mono so na. And some now obo so no ano e shepa. Ugu so hwe Pampaso dwumedi wa Adom TV so etwe ho aba. All right, yamo akwa babiem ye nto ankomo aye die ne so Kofi obeto aso ama me.
Ayo nana we de make an say bosian de yade papa oje na de be ye mpuntudwuma ebeboa wo na aboa wo man no hwe sisi amene o kasai ni ba bepre ni babida ofa abuso kan ofa kantamanto ofa kumase omo da varanda bebrebe ebi mo da kiosum and the kiosk atwa ho na ahia sa criminals enema yakoso yi nyina holy free omo de da kiosum akoya okobo obi tuo kwaji ni sikai se ni ba bia wote yenim ni fie address fie ni kurani address and wa hwe na bo mu no o da kiosum so ye jebosia ne di sisi adan e wo kromanom to aso bia 18 20 30 50 100 floors na ye de mankofo no mtitimu a na bosom so matwa mo dan ka. It will create jobs, it will create wealth. Yeah, Cocoa ya de bia de kwa mano ni command of we man abroad free free. Any idea scan a beer factory, any idea add value to the cocoa. You will make more money. Both sides, you abroad buy a vacuum for abroad free. Buy no, or mobile both sides, no, both sides in comb crum. Or over the good ship move, no cook nane. No, they alumina, no, my son, they back to vacuum. And some of turn to aluminium. Are you okay? Now, say the sika, and is a say the bay sano. Ye name mum de ye nane boss at no kruman, they are turning to alumina. We'll create a lot of jobs there. We'll create more money. But ye hear yes, ya quine there. Oh, for say, Suroni, you see about almost empty. And Abrafolo na emunae. Oh, Abrafoni, whom I know my catch, and I so ya jedi. O say school no, ye na Abrafoni chere say, young school. And Abrafon nature is the way economists we say any aged. It would the economists can own fine. May say it say to Abanama say Nakabe. Me say Kagana Uhia Kabisi a beam. Me be president of Uhia Ghana. I don't see why say young man e be brain nam kwan tonton ade o kwan. Abra those people no we can help them. Me ma ton ade o kwan ho pay you. Me ma hozo kantamanto pay. Uko kantamanto say Zagari no me ka chro. Ma hozo pay me ni bibia. De obi afa mu bia wasase su bia menim. Amafa bibisi bia me dada babi me dada bawo. Me hustler pa. Menim say obi yo hono ma wo ti Ghana sisia. O ma ne be $10,000 equivalent. Obetumi create a lot of jobs among the youth. But okoje mo anu we obi ko bank so okopa bosia kwa da koyi business a onya ne kroba ni kroba na ye running the sun. Right. America ye ofie ana UK ofie ana sa island we want say send o say brabajilu credit card ni endorse na activity ne start to use kroma to say my credit card obi akaso pe credit card no this you go to bank na do sika akogu credit card ne so what is the credit about that? It's your money, so it's not credit any longer. Credit is your mom, you are free. Credit crunch about 2008. Ghana, what is the credit crunch? What be? Because your mom was young, a kura talker is okay, it's cannot go talker. I mean, what kind of this? What kind of system is this one? Abrofo no be can some tray na yes we are penny for na jedi no. No me catch was IMF say 81 point something% and na all these things are just a name to put dust into the eyes of the people. Now if there's certain near kon ye ho ye ho e kuna for say ye man no. That's all. It's
mental slavery ni bi no. My fifi mrem fifi there was saying na honorable Palu say eboku mu ade keke na isika ye twa bi gu mu a anke ho ahen hae. You try to hard your
okay, so me share here no say me can be say yes sika na Bank of Ghana ntimi ntwa. But problem is say sika na on be twa no and you find the quantum of money disbursed into the monetary space no. I was say adwuma bi e match no. I say there will be inflation. I remember maka in terms of say borrowing na no na problem for the government. But the issue is that who bobusia I saw bobusia at a lucrative interest rate. Interest rate now, what Bobby Sian woman. The one train year, won't to mean to one or descend and more balance to mean to a bet for us, and they be the car. Now, so what the car in an economy? Yes, sir, dear, if you wait me at the car up, I say, see economy idea. But the issue is that since said they be our debt may increase into no. So, all we send it to the cannot all be sent you are. After one, either said amount at higher interest rate. Sa kana we no increase or they increase the fear of people giving you money or lending you money because the possibility say won't high what they call already. I don't know say amount sound amount business this year which is currently it is the debt to GDP no 76.1% currently no. Now we make a projection say to reach 81 point something% that's the end of the fiscal year. This put fear on why you put fear. That's what we are talking about. This year, put fear because what about Bessia? None of the Canada on 3 years over one of Bessiano. Either Soberman higher interest rates, which will increase or deepen the debts now or then. Always not the car. And here, as a Sardiano, created some image for Ghana. Say, oh, we're not way some 10 years ago, Mobo sent in GDP, debt GDP in Quampon average 81%. Say US na mo beside that China because na dey suru ana o chere say US na nka say ya na ye dey susu dey almost catch on maybe o wiase mu almost debt to GDP ratio no and I'm 107%. I make say there's a projection say by 2050 grade na ebru 195%. Indeed I don't know the issue is difference difference say US economy no structure no and yet it's a Ghana economy. The size of the US economy. US one state in Kwampo the capacity of US economy for one state is bigger than that of Ghanaian economy. So the market no switching Ghana market. It's a wrong comparison.
No, it's not.
We'll compare the market size now. The consumption components of aggregate demand, consumption for Ghanaian economy no. And yet the same as even US one state.
And because they are creating here for no. No, it's better to What I say, yeah, I said that.
You know, so compare this, now we be wrong.
Now, 80 percentage na year can. Almost gross domestic product.
Yes, for the whole U.S. economy.
Yes,
100%.
Percentage of debt.
To the 100%. And almost the other crane big and any mum crane was in Kebab.
No, the number of mass, the number of mass, and as the number of consumption in the U.S. economy, and as expenditure. Normally, I was buying a year for each state, no, because the state is large. Of course, the expenditure will be costly than Ghana. What I say? Into no Ghana, Ghana GDP, no, say the same as US GDP. Then can beat me as a comparison. But US GDP, as I'm saying, Ghana GDP.
Nana, GDP.
What I say?
GDP is measured on percentage. What am I saying? 100%. Okay, and you know, they can say, "Oh, the any 5% of GDP." What am I saying? That's the GDP in 100.
Based on one local economy.
So percentage is a percentage. That's why we call relative. What am I saying? But say US the NSU say so it's all about percentage. Your debt to the GDP, the size of the economy. It's almost I say the size, you know, enable saying about 80-something%. America for 107, Japan for 237%. But they are still moving. And now what I say a honorable living standard no so. The living standard any so say. How much Bosian and no be economy and the economy no sky flow. Yeah, Biden.
But unim say
Biden.
Meba unim say the US tie no. Emfa hone e kadodo egudo so ba bi obegina bia so oje Bosian bia na yerema. Ma menya fa to mo.
Me no ya.
Say wo Kofi Apalo a wote hey. Oye an astute politician and a businessman.
Yeah.
Yemfa you akwasitwum.
Yeah.
Anaso say kwame.
Yeah.
Despite.
Yeah.
Enyem fa to ho. Mo deka set it is said then cry na okọ banka because of mo gravitas mo status ewo system no munti no ye beba abosia ba fofo ye amete hey this is meba
ani na besa meye said be ya wo sia wo ye adwuma wa se ni gwa se wo kan sika gu box mu e de ko toka e say it in your body system in such a way say wo hia car you just walk to a showroom no ga say car we na mepe no afele form ne the car na mam na bosom bia na adwuma wo ye na tun krakra de ye na ditua so just say that's how
but so na tese adwuma na meye no me kwa o mbere se adwuma na meye no bosom krakra na de betima tua na
wo de me ba ho and na e say e match to the point say ni kwa say wo kan skar go si dan ansa no na ba bia da e say developers it means see dan bebe na wo here bia akotobi na ye the amount be 25 years na e twa na krakra for the next 25 years so what just
say was amodin no
yes amodin na we trim and what didn't in our team, the way I see you see ya gain, and the best never be able to do. America for no way so much gain, and no do but do.
Also, say the restrictions be or ya gain.
Exactly, because we are slow, say by your the idea. And I team ya a diakes, ye be a
soppy,
crabby or kitchen wissy. And then I send do all the America need a factory. Who's a factory was seen by a Kuba?
A quite cross 6 lanes.
Exactly. But yes, we here. Hey, do you have a sell by drink? And a bachelor so be you sick and so be winning. Or be one way you won't know or you sick any, and you won't know you winning. Then when you are do what drink, do what drink. My member is on your time, they ask you a road accident who should be so be discussing. Now, Fifi, they're okay, all channel on a practical point of view, nay. Yemfanko street economics in the car. What was in car? He's making a lot of sense. But no, Muslim the book numzo. The more the counter so, and so book use so much I so you one. The problem you book for no.
And the
what say a problem?
Ghana a problem pani book for no. Say a funny point memoir. Yes, oh, we do a school director, doctor. Now you're funny juma. I don't want to mean yet. What I say?
The whole thing is that yes, also it makes sense, but there are implications.
Implications
in say the okano as you me abobusia because nkofo obre te betimi akobobusia na make say busia na akobo no enya no na edin but ability for you to pay to create revenue enough to pay that back that you know that capacity na say wo hwe won ho odian so abobusia no
suppose you think ye bo ane de bo anwuma now the boy you mount me to
the rate at which are ubetia no the amount fine wait me to you, but what time limit ben wait me to you. The capacity in ho. Into both and I say a born in the capacity say 2 years.
It is a capacity number ba. And only answer and I said I would say 81. Now you go 86 you go 89. Now you am go cry na nkola na beto aso still. Na yet ABC num sa. Then e be ya your capacity number ba.
Your capacity betumi adu a said you can ye be economy ni mu a. Say be economy ni mu a. A process. Bosia wo bosia. Now we share ndwuma mu. I say check the efficiency of the labor force. Yes, you see a beam in obi on street near friend no I say you analyze this money now. I say check what is the capital strength in terms of skills. What I say. It's a skill no say you do what Bob is in a way waste. What me money panel, but what is the efficiency of the person? Instead of go back to the drawing board.
Eti meba meaning say what is we can say Ghana there what is assembly?
Obebreka.
Yeah, what? Who say almost share to say enkuntabu ya obubu ni de IMF for dia ba ni ade no say I had any that so be no ofo say that so be wo ho pay analysis ni projections ya economists time bia mo de ba ni de ye hu ase ye nkoye nim ba bi e gina na ni gina enko kaso a politicians no ka say oh we are making progress we indicators na ni fiscal hwan ya can say go nguna.
Yes, to my position no and that so wo ho but and that so no and that so na wo ho no wo so ti say aban beti say macro economics no e kasa say aban ti. Yes say
is it macro or the micro?
Macro
no kase no
o say macro economics no kasa say aban ti in a sense first on say embrad debt na moving from 59% no. Now there was a lot of contributions. Say aban to capital expenditure. One of them no capital expenditure. Men ye be impressed will be.
But on capital expenditure no. Sabre na 50-something% no. Sabre na aban no eba e wonyi kwan ba akokra. Hospitals ni ade ya ene COVID ba ya ni abre. ENCB.
But
one district one factory ni enye 3 as a 4 kra.
But now abasa
akatua amanfo osusi ento akatuam. Enkane ani nsuo bo ye nsusi ente so na system no COVID yi so ni ade de ne ho aba etusi onyina ba bi ogina ne ntinka COVID yi ba ye ya me nsuo ya me kane a suku a yensi biem yensi a yasabia meba yensi a yasabia afi so no ekwan so a ye pesi gina ba bi ye gina na bukunu mu ye fenti ofo se ntinke be yi
obeni ye prioritize it and so your capital expenditure and just say they have your skill of preference do cut down expenditure you no be a necessity or satiety to me and cut down like COVID case ya okay
when him say the necessity ma no obi so na necessity ma no and space na e wo mu no say wo ye aban and so your politician now say wo hwe figures na nko aso who be lose elections
and untina yes face the reality because we lose we say we gain election but the issue is that so let's face reality. Then a general necessity for the country.
We bet me about the face reality Okruma.
And no, there must be young politicians. But that's what I'm saying. Say, yes, face the reality. Abai no, never be aware or yeah, it's for to please the general population to be.
To say
oh, something like say maybe for instance say for government say a certain area government basically a constructive road overnight at that area to mean that very constituency votes. And he say pure because the say road ni be papa. Oh, that's the problem. Road ni be papa no zero. Until after election, na road next 82. That one was from loan. Maybe I'm going to loan. Until and also I then I'm going to loan all right. Not American. But what is the efficiency of it?
Okay. Go be first my na
media. Nipa be talent. The core asamado of Africa. Be kuta vision nkuta dreams pa mutum dia artist Ghana but moi any African tino omunyina wu akosha asamado ye ukuru we mu a say ye boa mrante ne mabawa obia betumi adie
nti entu en adwin ma IMF ne hwan
oh IMF dem for mo asem ne tuba bi kura na eni su ye common sense ne fa manage economy because it's not about IMF odo sat ba bi no ogika otochoro bibi.
All right. LPG founder any leader Someha Kofi Apalu and no say yemfa practical brains and build the economy ni nja IMF for asem na economists na nya adwen kra fifi okanse Vivi yɛdase pii ɛkɔmɔ yi yɛbɛsɛ hyia da bi a baba bia so mama kofia behyia wo na wo di buku mu de ba na ɔno so di fie de ba na yakeka bu ma so ne so Pampaso dwumadi ni yɛde fa di kan no abawiye na yakwan so nkwanhyia na dɔɔso yɛpɛ sɛ yɛdi ho nkɔmɔ kakra bi de to aso. Alright, yes, we for those who are in 90 and come on the discussam de ho kakra de hia pa ba ko enkwanhyia na yebubu nkonta kwa ko hu sese enkwanhyia a esi free afia hyase me fanse boso miense di kan no nipa ewu enkwanhyia me na do so chen afimu a ye ye de afa coronavirus ho nyina ni nyina set kwambo atia da ma set de onya edi documentary ni pese kim na asemo esi no adwabo pa set mesa abo abaso biem abaso bon de obekoso age a sesibra Okasa fede mabre.
Yin na boy ho abaso. Enya me nkwa na me yin na ne ye nti. Ya boy na ho abaso na ya da Nyankopon ase. Nkwanhyia ya ade a umia wano a ebetimi ato. Nti ne sie mia ya no.
Sure.
Because so hwe nipa 771 a ewu from official ahyase bepem March.
January to March. 771
ewu.
Wow.
Yeah. Oma wuni na no omu fifie omu kraise e kwaba e na wu fifie o kraise wo kwaba sans no mo so e kraise mo kwaba oma nkodru e kyerese obi no oye safe wo hanom.
Even after documentary crimes in nipa be 12 because enram te 4 ha 3 bi
over the weekend no yeah nipa ewu na yankasa ho a e dai e na o yes analysis na e dai na wo se etrase Emma day bia nipa 9 in the war Ghana.
Per calculation, no?
Per calculation.
Day bia
nipa 9 na e.
Ewo accident.
Ewo accident mu.
Omo we pre program camp.
Enka ho, wo mu nipa 9 every day. Enti enhwe hwan na nto aso.
Wow.
Na wu pie no, wa hwe me wu pie no, wa kra se wo kwaba. Unim so be sa ko baka na nko baka. Unim ni na ye indiscipline. Ene niema ewo se ye edebo ho ban a ye nye o de hwe car we hwe de car na ye car na atete sei we ye central region dompo ase de a nipa 34 na wi wo.
Okay, nti documentary na set combat ye no except ni bi na ye yi eye footages no edit kire no we na say bus kese
bus mienu e kabo mu.
Wow.
Cable so na okoye overtaking e na odi ko share ni nua driver ni na danfo pa o ni nyina wo ka na share.
Oh.
O si o share no bo ne this year wu ampa enti the way and no survive here when mistake ni free no waje to say you no na
so no moment
anu na we the ebe shock on say first day all kwa o de ne bedi na chi no we ne ba na tifie na o so de na ye nko Nyankopon ne bo ne ba no mu prai pa na o narrate a are ho say ya kire me say ma me new overtaking wo curve mu ba me pentemti mentie na me koyi na di we aba to we see ya jere in 5 years of the prison into prison na me call no ha me koyi interview.
Oh sir.
Yes na we see ya jere ni mpo no and no feel say enu nye enough punishment ma no
o hwe nipa na ewu na
they will hear ye say ye de ne bone be che no
set that documentary there just on me per time na ye na obi a hwe bi but my yem pick a snippets of the oye no kakra then na mo identify say eno ni main causes bi animonimu ye betimi ahwe ho yi wo ho
one indiscipline ye ho say ye there was ye ye you do traffic light na wo say ugina ho aso red na ugina na wo si utwem social documentary na motor driver ko aso red and wo de me can twem
or de ko hwe is it 4x4
and we different when put there we car kitu bi tiko bi e no de ko shit wo about the speed na one hwe so and now car we ebu say and no free mu say ba and na de ne ko board to e page no and ko hwe light pole bi ni titeye
ai ni nyina documentary ni
titeye yes na the V8 or the kubo V8 no V8 na so green and no ba o so red e wo so ogina wo feel so betime fast etwam and na wo de ko bom say wo at once
next mpacho to say enye adrafo no nko anfom so keke mo mo twi moto no so de omo de nam chen
na you see na man yare who say wo twika wo de why very careful no be the next have san wo enti unim say me ye documentary we na de amesua ba ko ne say say me kona me do traffic light e we ha nimpo na so green impo I was say twem no me to me bo na ma hwe ha I said me twem because aso green na we de na so red no wan hwe won ko hye obi a se bi na adwo fie kakra na adwo ni fie a na ode na de asema brew
se me nkwanhia to me amensam bu yi se nipa no hu ba bi ofriye ko space hu ya so twa U10
se ne nyankopon a
nyame nko a
enye nyankopon enti we no ede ama wa kakai
oh
Sunday near call Bishop Owusu and Sahwa Thanksgiving na wo su
oh yes
na minim the details because share documentary read ma commentary aba akọ body sa
we kura na fe body no kura abusanfo ni hunu de omonye no
enye se ye be hu mpo na ehu de be ya fine but obi ho wo tu kwan ebi ofiri ball ga ba kra wan kra obi aso wo tu kwan na obenya nkwanhia wo
asa she kra ejat timi to
na obenya nkwanhia wo techiman obi enu so tu kwan ebi ID card bi anhye no wo busuani bi enim wo se enti wa hwehwe busuani na wo hu no wo komachira bodies bebre wo ha abusuafo ne ntimpo se omo ntimpo se npa kro wuche fridge mu enti mu eche kakra abusuafo akosio enti yakosio abra busuani fompo nimpo se wo wu am yesi
yenim se de hye no wa control nso no wo wu am yesi dada dada
sisi sa enti
say documentary no ehne minim arrangement a one channel aye se bia
Adom de no em say ene no ochian ye be ready am ye twi de no
all right but for the meantime enya ready no obi pese ohwe a
pacho oko my job online na crashed documentary wo crashed
title no crashed
CRUSHED
all
right wo ko hwe ani na obetimi ahwe
set come what ye da wase bebre se wo bie ani won ne ye ka ne se na wo twe adwen si so se kan kwanhie kum ntumu ani da ho na wo hwe yi a yes osoro boade obo ano nyankopon betime yi afiri mu happy birthday Sonko enko Emma John Kwame Edu is it Bofi or Bofie Junior Bofi all right we efri wankasa unia ho ena eba na sa enkomo we nyame adom o kine fisem ye ne Kwame boate beto aso ewo ye bedwam so nti hye nso na Dr. Gwendolyn Omane Brempon once again happy birthday Enkoma, we a fantastic woman. National Investigations Bureau na owo na Nyankopon hira oye pa. We china me so birthday meton safre why na doc oba ba dibi. Na se Enkoma ma ole ne Priscilla ne Ferguson ne production team ne tina ne logo su makafu izo abegina titina boje se ho a mi hye de hu de ekoso. Me din e de nana sei ampofo eje.